Hello. Let's see. Get everyone in here. Might just be two of us today. Oh, nope. Okay. Go gallery view.
Hello.
Hi, Roman.
Do you have to be? No, it's open to everyone.
Okay. Can you guys all see the board behind me just fine?
Yeah.
Big enough? Okay. There's eyes. You guys can unmute yourselves.
Okay.
This is going to be an interactive class. Give it 5 more minutes and then we'll get started. Hi, guys. Go there. Can you guys all see my screen? Yeah, okay. We're gonna get started. Just a few. Okay. All right, we'll just go ahead and get started and I'll just let people in. So, how were your other classes? Were they good? Where did everyone go? You guys all
Yeah.
Okay, come back.
Class.
Participate. Okay. Everyone can see this? Okay, so you guys are now learning how to write a high school paper. Today we're gonna go over structuring your paper. Okay, if you have paper, please take that out. Take out a piece of paper and a pen. We're gonna take some notes. Anything in my PowerPoint I'd want you guys to put up. Let's see, I'm trying to keep this. There we go. Okay, are we ready? Can we move on? Okay. So does anybody know the 5 steps to writing a paragraph? Can somebody tell me? No one? Ice, do you know how to write a paragraph? What are your 5 steps? You're muted.
What?
Okay, what are 5 steps to writing a paragraph? What are your 5 things that you need in a paragraph?
Hook or introduction?
Introduction.
Main points and like details.
Good. Does everybody get that? Okay. So we're going to talk about how to write a 5-paragraph essay using the Hamburger Method. Has everybody used this before?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So your first paragraph, what is it? Your introduction, right? So in your introduction, you should have your grabber or your hook. And your hook, we talked a little bit about this the last class that I taught you guys too. Your hook is how you grab your readers into your essay, right? And then your second paragraph is going to be your topic sentence, basically your first point. Then your third paragraph is going to be another point. Fourth paragraph is another point, and then you have your conclusion. So let me find my eraser. That was fun and cute in the beginning, but not so good. Okay. So go ahead and write. I'm going to annotate here. Oh, okay. Go ahead and write your first, second, and third paragraphs, what they are, and 4 and 5. So go ahead and write those. So you can just put your first paragraph is your intro. I can't draw on my laptop, I'm sorry. And then you can put your second paragraph, you know what, you guys get the point, but put your second paragraph, everything that's right here in this. Let's not do that. Okay, everybody good? Can we move on? Yeah? Okay. Oh, that's not gonna let me do it. We're just having problems here. Okay. So your introduction of your essay must include a thesis statement. Does anybody remember what a thesis is? Can somebody tell me? Roman, what is a thesis?
A thesis. The overall idea? Can't really remember.
Overall idea. That's close enough. Okay. Thesis goes at the end of your paragraph, right? To begin an introduction, you have a number of options. You can write a personal and a relevant anecdote. So it could either be a personal essay or something that you're researching. Hook your readers in with statistics or facts. So we talked about hooks last time, right? So we know a little bit about hooks. Give some background information on the topic and explain why and what you're doing, what you're going to be arguing in your essay. That's really important. Regardless of what you include in your introduction, it should hook your readers and motivate them to read. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and write, let's see, I'll just write it behind me. Can you guys see that? Is it bigger? Yeah, good. Can everybody see that? Or is it too small? Let's see. Good, better? A little bit? Go ahead and I want you guys to write that, wherever the little check marks are, and then that. So just go ahead and write down the introduction of your essay must include a thesis, and then hook your readers with statistics or fact. Or you could just write hook your readers. So when we're ready, you guys can. Hey, Roman, are you still writing? Okay.
All right, I'm good.
Still won't let me move on. Okay. Okay. There we go. So what is a thesis? We talked a little bit about this the other day. Can somebody, Roman kind of told me what a thesis was. What did you say it was, Roman?
Like an overall idea.
Like an overall idea. Pretty close. A thesis clearly states the main points in your essay. It's a specific sentence. It's very detailed. Do not use I unless you're writing a personal narrative. And then this is the last sentence in your opening paragraph. So let's write the formula down for your thesis. Where'd my red pen go? Let's go. This is your formula. So your three central ideas your opinion. Now, when we're stating our opinion, we can do that without having to say, I think. We can say it statistically shown. You can say research shows. Let's mark that. You can say research shows dot dot dot. Statistics show, sorry, that's not how you say it. So on and so forth. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes? Okay. So it's your three central ideas and opinion, and that gets you your thesis, okay? So examples of a thesis. This is a really strong thesis. C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia is one of the richest works of the 20th century because it offers an escape for reality, teaches readers to have faith even when they don't understand, and contains a host of vibrant characters. So, I'm going to erase this. And we're going to analyze this thesis. So, everybody unmute yourselves. Everybody go ahead and unmute. Okay. Roman, what is his first idea? What is his first central idea?
His first central idea is that the Chronicles of Narnia? It's one of the richest works of the 20th century.
Close. That's his opinion. So
yeah.
Let's dissect this a little bit, if I can figure this out. So this right here is his opinion. That's a very off circle, but that is his opinion. So his opinion is that it's the richest works of the 20th century. Okay? So there's his opinion. Let's go. Now, what is his first idea? What's his first paragraph going to be about?
The fact that it offers an escape from reality.
Perfect. It offers an escape from reality. Okay, what is his second idea? What's his second?
It teaches readers to have faith even when they don't understand.
Exactly. So it offers an escape reality, right? There's his first idea. Okay, it teaches readers to have faith even when they don't understand. Let's go to teaches readers to have faith. And what is his third point? What's his third point, Ice?
Contains a host of vibrant characters.
A host of vibrant characters. Right. So, if you were to take a thesis, or if you were to take, let's say, a topic, and you were to break it into 3 parts, that would make your thesis. And that is exactly what this thesis statement has done. He's gone through, he stated his opinion, right? So this is his opinion. And then he's gone through and he's stated the topics that he's going to be talking about. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. So if you guys want to, you guys could write that down if you want what's behind me. You don't have to. Everyone can see it. We'll move this way. Okay. Okay. Give you guys one more minute. Ice, are you done writing? Okay. Everyone done? Can we move on? We're all done? Okay. Roman, are you still writing? Okay.
I'm good.
All right, let's practice writing a thesis statement. So you guys can pick the thesis that you want to write about. So you guys can either write why the Jonas Brothers are cool or why football is a fun sport. I'm going to give you five minutes-ish. Well, I'll give you 3 to write why you think either of these is a fun sport or is cool.
Can I write about a different band?
Yeah. Let me go grab another pen, and then when I come back, we'll go over it. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. All right, who wants to share? Who's done? Roman, did you finish? A little bit? What about Cordell? Did you?
Yeah, almost done.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you write about?
So I put the band the Jonas Brothers is cool because they have fun songs to listen to, upbeat and positive tunes, and are memorable from many childhoods. And I guess that kind of works.
Good. That's really good. So what was her opinion? What was her opinion?
That the Jonas Brothers are a cool band.
Right. Okay. And then what was her first idea? What was her first main idea?
That it had a lot of fun, upbeat songs.
Upbeat music. Okay. What was her second point?
I put that it was like positive music too.
Positive music. And then what was her third point? Cordell, why don't you read that again?
All right, so just the last one, or
Read your whole thesis for me again.
okay. The Jonas Brothers Band is cool because they have fun songs to listen to, upbeat and positive tunes, and are memorable from many childhoods.
Okay. So upbeat and positive, they're like in the same. So we'll just go positive. Her second point was that it was what, memorable?
Well, that was my third, but yeah, I put that it was like fun to dance to.
Fun to dance to. And then memorable and memorable, right? So all in all, you look at all of this, and then what? We can put our thesis together, right? We can say that the Jonas Brothers are, I don't know why this pen is running this way, are cool because they have fun, or sorry, positive and upbeat music. Fun to dance to, and is memorable for, we'll just say, when you lay out your thesis like this, it makes it a lot easier to take all of this and put it into a sentence. So do you see how we just dissected her thesis and we were able to recreate her thesis because of the way that we dissected it? Everybody? Okay. We move on? Okay. So let's move on to the body paragraphs. Your body paragraphs include your main arguments, right? So what would the first paragraph be? If we're talking about Cordell's thesis, what would her first paragraph be? First paragraph would be why the Jonas Brothers have upbeat and positive music. So she'd have to do research, and she would find that other people's opinions, she would find books, she would find different papers and articles that state why Jonas Brothers are cool because of their upbeat music. Does that make sense? So then you'd write 5 sentences on why they have upbeat and positive music. So your body paragraph. Generally begin and end your arguments with strong points you're making during your essays. The structure of body paragraphs must stick to the premise and proof analysis. Format. It is always smart to address possible counter-arguments and explain why they are debunked by your flawless logic. So basically, if you're writing a paper on the Jonas Brothers, your first argument is they have upbeat music and have positive music. You can find an article that says all the Jonas Brothers music is really depressing. You could counter your argument, basically. You could say, I found, you wouldn't say I, but you would say, in this article it says that the Jonas Brothers music is very depressing and sad, but the upbeat. You have to address your counter argument. Does everybody know what that means now? Okay. And then your conclusion. Your conclusion should always tie up any loose ends that are presented in the essay. So anything that you didn't get to finish writing, make your last. Here's some question. So make them questionable. Do they really have good music? And then make them want to. Why you wrote that. Does that make sense? Okay. These questions should be extensions to your essay, like I just said, that are only now relevant since you've made such a wonderful and flawless argument. In other words, like I just said, you want to make the reader want to go, okay, do they really have fun, upbeat music, and it's fun to dance to, and it's memorable, and I'm going to remember it, and I want to sing it all the time? And you're going to want to make them go listen to Jonas Brothers. Does that make sense? So, go back here. Okay, so this is what an argumentative essay should look like. So when you're writing an argumentative essay, it's pretty much, it's like the same as writing a thesis. A thesis is its own paper as well. It's just argumentative. So saying that I'm writing a thesis is like saying I'm writing an argumentative paper. So you have your attention grabber. Let's see. You have your attention grabber. Example, your anecdote, your quote, your descriptive scene. So it's like your hook. Does that make sense? Okay. Then you have your connecting material. In other words, this is support as to why, if you said, you opened it with a quote from one of the Jonas Brothers, you would just connect that. You would just say the previous was a quote to a Jonas Brothers song, and then you just connect that to your thesis. You make them want to learn more about Jonas Brothers. Does that make sense? That was a really horrible description, but do you guys get it? Okay. Then you move into your subclaim or your next paragraph. So when we're looking at you guys can write this down. So your first paragraph is your intro, and then your intro has your hook, supporting claims or supporting evidence, and your thesis, right? So you should have a hook, supporting evidence, and thesis. Then when we move into your second paragraph, you're gonna have your next topic. So it would be topic, let's go 1. And then, so you always wanna have a transition. Does everybody know what transition words are? This could be to begin, to start, and we'll look up some transition words if we have time after we're all done. We have about 15 more minutes. And then from your transition, this is going to lead into your first sentence. So this is transition, first sentence. So in this first sentence of your paragraph, you're going to want to restate 1, 2, 3. So this number 1 here is always going to be your first paragraph. You're going to want to restate what this topic was. So let's see, Cordell said that they have, Jonas Brothers has fun, upbeat, and positive music. So you would say to begin, you could say, you can do your research and find an article, And you could say, to begin, the author, so-and-so, of Jonas Brothers Are Cool article says that they have fun and upbeat music because, and then you lead into your paragraph. Does that make sense? So you're always going to want to hook them in. Every time you write a paragraph, you want a good transition. Your transition essentially is your hook for your body paragraphs. Okay? So then we move, and you always want to have a conclusion sentence to conclude your thought. Conclude your thoughts. Okay? And then you're going to move into your third paragraph. Now it's going to be topic 2. Topic 2. Ice, where do you think the second topic is coming from? Where do you think?
What do you mean?
So, topic one is the first point.
Oh, the second reason.
Right. Topic 2 would be, okay, transition. And then your second, what did I say? Second idea. Can everybody see that below? Yeah, good. It sucks because I have to write with such a small section of the board, but we're gonna erase this. And then you're gonna want to conclude. You're gonna want a conclusion sentence. Conclusion sentence, and your conclusion sentence is always going to wrap up your thought. So conclude your thought. A good transition for a second paragraph could be furthermore. Ooh, can't read that. Say furthermore. Next isn't very strong, but it's just it's an example. Okay. Does that make sense? Everybody wrote this down? Ice, are you still writing? Okay, I'll give you 30 more seconds. I'll actually stop sharing now and just go back to this. Can everybody see me? Everything looks good? Okay. Wait. Okay. Everyone good? Sorry, I just like stood right in the camera, so you can't finish it. Okay. All right. Can I erase this? Yeah? Okay. So we'll keep this. Let's go. What would our third paragraph, right? It's topic 1. Topic 3, transition. And this topic is derived from what? Cordell?
I'd say it's the wouldn't it? It's not the conclusion.
No, it's not the conclusion.
It's the third idea you had in your thesis.
Right. Well, this is technically be your 4th paragraph. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be your third idea here. It's your third idea. You can say derived from thesis. Derived from thesis. Make sense? Okay. And then your fifth and final paragraph is your what?
Conclusion.
And in your conclusion, you're going to restate your thesis. Okay. Restate your thesis. That's going to be your first. This is going to be your first sentence. Okay. And then your second sentence, you're going to wrap up. Wrap up loosely ended subject or topics. So if you weren't able to wrap up in a proficient paragraph about how or what you thought to support that topic, you can wrap it up in your conclusion. Don't write another paragraph on topic 1. Just give a sentence, right? Just explain. It's okay. A good way to think of this is a summary of your entire paper. So if you want to look at it this way, we can go, let's look at our conclusion a little differently to help you guys understand. So if you want to look at it like this is how you, so this is your conclusion. We'll break this down into sentences. Okay. Your first sentence is your thesis. Your second sentence is going to be your first topic, or let's say argument. It's going to be your first argument from thesis. Okay, it's your first argument. What do you guys think the third sentence is going to be?
Second argument.
Second argument. Second argument from thesis. And what do you think your fourth sentence is going to be?
Conclusion.
No, we're missing how many arguments are in a thesis?
Oh, the third, yeah.
Your third argument. And then, what is your fifth and final sentence? You guys can do one sentence. Okay. But don't make them ongoing sentences because then it just drags your paper out, right? If you want to say more about either of these topics, then you put it back into your first, second, or third paragraph, your body paragraphs, okay? These are essentially just summaries. These are just summaries. Short summaries on what you wrote, okay? No more than 2 sentences. I would really say no more than 1, but it just depends on your teacher, really. If you guys get into high school and they want you to write a 1,000-page paper, believe me, 1 to 2 sentences in a summary is gonna help you boost your words, okay? And then your fifth and final sentence is gonna be your conclusion. And this is gonna be, let's see. You're gonna need a transition and you're gonna restate your thesis. In a way that it sounds like an opinion. or actually like a fact. So now at this point you would say, the reason why Jonas Brothers has, the reason why Jonas Brothers are cool is because of their upbeat music, they're fun to dance to, and they're memorable. So now you can state that because you've given all of the previous research and facts, right, from other sources. Now you have the ability to state it as a fact because you've given. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's go ahead and write that down. And that's an argumentative essay. Okay. You guys can see my screen, right? Sorry, am I in the way of somebody writing? We all good? I can erase this? Okay. So now let's look at a narrative. So do we think a narrative is written in first or third person? What do we think?
Third person.
Third person. Okay. So, I mean, it could be really, it could be written in first or third. It really just depends on your teacher. Most narratives are written in first person, personal narratives, because they're a personal story. Anytime you're writing an essay and it says personal, it's always going to be about you, and it's going to come in the first person. Does that make sense? So a narrative is what? It's a story, right? So your beginning is going to be your introduction, the setting, where and when the story takes place, who the characters are, and the conflict introduced. What's the main problem? So you're going to introduce your setting. You could say 1945 in Italy. Your characters introduced is a baker and a common girl. And then your conflict. And the conflict is the baker ran out of bread and the baker's out of supplies to make bread. And so the girl doesn't have bread. The middle, so your body paragraphs. Your rising action. Why isn't the problem solved? And then the climax is everything changes after this. So that is the problem at the very highest peak. You're fixing it, you're figuring it out, and then what resolves it? Or what happens to bring the storyline back down? And then your end is your falling action. Everybody comes together, everything comes together. So in this case, the baker doesn't have supplies to keep making bread for the people. So what happens? Does he get supplies? Does he not get supplies? Do people donate supplies? What happens that the pieces are starting to come together? And that would be your falling action. Your resolution is what happens after the conflict is resolved. So let's just say the people have donated things for him to make bread for everybody. What happens? Does he get to make the bread? Does he give it to them for free because things were donated? What solved the problem? What solved this initial problem up here? Does that make sense? Okay. So these will be posted on your Google Classroom. Does everybody have their Google Classroom? No?
No, I don't have my Google Classroom.
Okay, Ice, Roman. Cordell, do you have yours?
No, but I don't even go to school here. I'm using my brother's account.
Okay.
So I'm just enrichment, you know.
Okay. So Ice and Roman, I'll get you guys in, and I'll make sure that you guys are in by tonight, okay? If you guys need this for notes or anything like that, I'll make sure that it's up on the Google Classroom. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay, you guys are free to go. Thank you guys for watching and coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for class.
Thank you.
Guys.
Bye.